Welcome back to News Geelong on this Friday evening. The first ever Anglesea Music Festival is one to put in your calendar, to be held in and around the coastal township of Anglesea from October the 8th until the 10th. The three-day festival will bring together grassroots and well-known bands, Shane Howard, Chris Wilson and Tiffany Eckhart, to name a few, as well as promoting local and regional performers. Debbie Meaney spoke with Karen Stoneham.
Anglesea is set to rock to its first music festival in October. I spoke with Karen Stoneham, the festival director, to tell us about it. So the mixture of talent is quite impressive.
It is really impressive. We've got our emerging and established acts together, and they're all coming together on the 8th, 9th and 10th of October, and it's going to be absolutely sensational weekend of music.
And it's not just one venue.
No, we've got CIs, we've got the Anglesea Hotel, we've also got a big marquee, and then we've got fringe venues that will be coming on board, and they'll be having music as well.
And where did the idea come from?
We've been running Anglesea Live now for 10 years, and it's just emerged from there. So it's just something that's grown from having a music night, and now because we get so booked up with our acts, it's just growing.
And you play in a couple of the bands?
Yeah, I play in Mangy Black Dogs and Mystique.
This is Debbie Meaney in Anglesea for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Barwon Water scaled back our water restrictions this week from Stage 3 to Stage 2. The decision follows recent heavy rainfall and a significant boost to storages. As of Wednesday, the 1st of September, residents are able to water their gardens, their vegetable patches and trees, and wash their cars at home for the first time in 4 years, with a handheld hose fitted with a trigger nozzle, watering can or bucket. At the same time, there's the same for pools and spas, less than 2,000 litres, and children's inflatable pools. Watering of lawns is banned. Sports grounds will also benefit from an additional allocation of water. A special 500 megalitre allocation set aside for recreational facilities under Stage 3 has been increased to 1,000 megalitres. The allocation is managed by local government and will mean most grounds can be watered. Barwon Water Managing Director Michael Malouf described the decision to ease restrictions as balanced and appropriate, and that while limits had been relaxed, the corporation intended to wait to see the full benefits of the spring water harvesting period before considering any further reductions, he said. Certainly, we are on the path towards removing restrictions altogether, but at this time it's better to be cautious, notwithstanding our storages are at 51% capacity. Mr Malouf said several factors had allowed Barwon Water's board to review the restrictions earlier than anticipated. So our roving reporter, Eliza Highton, decided to find out what Geelong residents had to say about the water restrictions being eased.
With Melbourne's water restrictions recently being lifted, we thought we'd take to the streets of Geelong and ask residents what they think about Geelong's restrictions possibly being lifted.
I think there's some good things and some bad things, because there's just because we have had a bit of rain, admittedly, but it's still a good idea to still save on water, because there's still the dam levels are still significantly low.
And will you be washing your car now that the restrictions are lifted?
I don't wash my car very often, but I'll still go to a car wash.
I think it's great for me because I am a senior and I can water in daytime hours. It's great for me.
Well, I think it's wonderful news that we've had all this rain, but I think that everybody's got so used to observing the water restrictions that they might as well keep on some degree of, in position that you can't use so much water. And I don't think that we should have full supply of it all the time.
Oh, I think the restrictions are good, and I think they should continue on. We're not out of the wood yet, and nobody can tell me we are, even though we've had one of the wettest winters. Our storages, I think, aren't 40%, so we've still got a long way to go, so I think they should still keep them on.
Well, I think Melbourne lifted theirs too soon, and I don't think we should lift them just yet. We've had plenty of rain, but we don't need more in the reserves. I think we need to keep them a while longer. Won't hurt.
I don't think they should lift them yet until dams fill right up, and then we can go ahead. Once they're full, they'll be right then.
I think they could have waited a little bit longer till the reservoirs filled a bit more. There's still a lot of dry weather to come over Christmas and the New Year, so you might need more adequate supplies.
Well, I'm a bit worried about it really, because I think people have learned some much better habits, and I think it is too soon, and that people will quickly go back to their old ways. Not at this stage, no. No, the water catchments have still got a long way to go, I think.
Here on Packington Street in West Geelong, this is Eliza Houghton for News Geelong.
Thank you, Eliza. Local residents are witnessing the very near completion of the race bridge at the bottom of Queen's Park Road. Geelong's Mayor, John Mitchell, said the bridge would provide a major centrepiece at the road race, with riders set to begin the challenging hill climb at Queen's Park from the purpose-built bridge. There's no doubt that the feeling is building. There's been a lot of talk, but people are starting to realise how close the event is, Councillor Mitchell said. He said the city had a number of other infrastructure projects planned for the next month, including live sites to watch the event from. This is News Geelong on this Friday evening as we go to a break and return with sport and weather after this.